Hi, welcome to Your Business, Your Rules. I'm Kat LeBlanc. This is the podcast for people who want to start and grow an online location-independent business so they can live a life of freedom and choice on their own terms. Exciting! Today we're going to talk about your success journey in terms of money and focus. Why both? Because of course you are curious about how much money you could earn doing this, but in order to get that money, you also need to know what to focus on, right? So I'm going to show you this using a model I developed called the Online Business Growth Ladder. Once you know where you're at on the growth ladder, you can get a sense of what's ahead of you and also get some context on where you're at now. It can really help clarify your experience. I know when I explain this to my clients, it can really give them one of those light bulb moments like, oh, that's the reason why I feel like I'm having to work hard for it at the moment. I'm in the hustler stage. Or this is the reason things are beginning to feel like they're flowing. I'm getting to the pro stage. So let me map out for you this online business growth ladder. And if you want to see it visually, you can go to katleblanc.com/YBYR3 or check out the show notes. The online business growth ladder. So there are 5 stages to this ladder. Dreamer, where you're earning nothing. Starter, where you're earning between 0 and 3K a month. Hustler, where you're earning between 3K and 10K a month. Pro, 10K to 30K a month. And CEO, 30K plus. So when hearing this, the first question that might come up for you is, holy shit, do I need to go all the way to the top? And the answer is no, of course not. Maybe you'd be totally cool and happy with earning 50K a year doing something you really enjoy. And that might be exactly where you want to be. Not everyone wants to be a millionaire. Most people don't. And a lot of people want to be more low key, and that's totally cool. What I will say is this. The human condition is to always want more growth, more achievement, more love, more everything. And almost certainly your business is going to be helping people, and not all of this help will be delivered by you personally. When I started my business, my goal was to reach the level where both myself and my partner could be at home. We're now past that goal and I have new goals. And as you grow, your goals will grow as well. But to start off with, we have to start at the beginning and choose something that feels like a stretch, but also manageable. So we start where we're at on the ladder. The other question I get about this, and I'll go through the levels in just a moment, is all this set in stone? And my answer is, of course not. We're all individuals. We all have different income, lifestyle goals, and that's why each level has a range. And depending on your goals, your number might be below or above that. After all, this is all about your business, your rules. The amounts are set monthly because you could progress through 3 levels in a year, so a yearly income doesn't make sense here. I use this ladder to help clients see where they're at and gain perspective on what's coming up. It can often feel like things are quote unquote wrong or not how they should be, and sharing this growth path helps you realize, oh, I'm exactly where I need to be. Or people coming in struggling with their business realize, oh, I need to work on fundamentals to move forward. So let's unpack these levels and what they mean for you. Online business growth level 1, the dreamer level. So if you're in the dreamer level, you've known you want to be your own boss for quite some time. You may even have had a few attempts or worked in multi-level marketing or potentially as a freelance consultant. You know it's possible, but you haven't had a real serious go at starting your own thing yet. You may have a lot of ideas or maybe no ideas, which is why you're stuck, but you're not making money yet. And your focus here needs to be on starting. Because you know it's possible, you know it's out there, but you haven't fully committed to yourself and your future freedom that this is going to happen. And the key for you here is to commit to yourself that this is going to happen for you. When you're on your deathbed, you don't want to be thinking, if only I'd been brave enough, because let's face it, that's going to really suck. You want to move into the starter level. So business growth level 2, the starter level, this is where you choose your niche, decide what you want to sell, who you want to sell it to and how you're going to sell it, build your business architecture, create a process to make sales. And now you have some pieces in place. You can start putting yourself out there and earn, say, up to about $3,000 a month. Remember, in the beginning, it will be sporadic. Your focus here should be on creating a solid setup. This is where you get your business foundation in place. You solidify your ideas and get to a place where you have something concrete to offer and know how to communicate the value of it to other people so they'll want to buy. This can take some trial and error and a few variations, but to really nail it, you want to get this preliminary work solid. Because you have to be solid, right, for people to be convinced to buy from you. And we'll go into this in more detail in the next episode of Your Business, Your Rules. So what have we had so far? The dreamer level, where you're still thinking about it, and the starter level, where you're starting to put some initial pieces in place and get some initial income. Next up, level 3 is the hustler level. So now you're out there, you're getting clients, you're honing your craft. You're working on tweaking your offers and your sales process. In this phase, the more you get in front of the right people, the more you can earn. And I'd say this is the phase you'll be in until you hit about the $10,000 a month mark. And here, your focus is on sales. Now, the issue here is most people want to skip the starter level. They want to get straight to this part. Because what they're not thinking about is the better your ideas are in the starter level, the easier it is to find clients that want to work with you. Otherwise, you can unfortunately end up struggling and end up doing a bunch of work that isn't getting you anywhere. So doing a ton of marketing and looking for clients won't help you if your niche messaging and offers aren't solid. And just in case this is you, and you'll know this is you if you're doing all the things, you're doing social media, you're blogging, you're putting yourself out there, you're doing a ton of work and you're not seeing any results. 90% of people who want to start an online business think of a usually not well-defined business idea, start throwing a website together, and then spend a few years kind of struggling, trying to figure out what they did wrong. And, they end up in a place of buying courses on Facebook ads, courses on marketing, endlessly changing their copy when a little strategic guidance would really, really help them. So if this is you, it's okay. Just focus on creating a solid business foundation that clearly offers value to the right people, and you can build from there. And this is one of my favorite subjects, so you'll be getting lots of value and future content on this as well in this podcast. So once you're in the hustler stage and you're constantly getting clients, you then move up to pro level. Business growth level 4, the pro level. Yeah, you're a pro. This is where you have a pretty reliable stream of clients. You're starting to outsource more, you're ready to scale, and your income can be flexible here depending on what you feel comfortable with and where you want to be. Because ultimately you're choosing what you want to sell and how much you sell it for, because you're making the rules here. As a general rule of thumb in online business, it could be anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000 a month, but maybe you're totally satisfied with 5, right? So this is where you choose. And your focus should be on systems. This is the stage where you've made it really, things are more stable. I do want to make clear that the hustle kind of on some level never really ends, because as a business owner, you want to grow and improve your business, but you'll always be on the lookout for new opportunities, but it feels much less acute than when you're first starting up. Some people make it to this stage in 6 months, but more likely you're looking at a period of a year to be really comfortable, just because being in business kind of is a mental adjustment really. There's lots of new things to get used to. So how did you feel when I shared those timings? So if you were disappointed, remember I'm being real here. Some people do it faster, many people take longer. In the end, what you want is to actually get there. And there's a lot of truth in the idea that many overnight successes are actually years in the making. Ultimately, this comes down to your niche. And by definition, some things are more in demand than others. And it also comes down to whether you're doing the right thing at the right stage of business as well. You can absolutely stay in pro stage comfortably forever, right? And as I said before, not everyone wants to hit massive income figures. Personally, I'm still deciding just how big I want my business to grow. So if your game, the next level is the CEO level, the ultimate. Your business is fully systemized, you have leveraged revenue streams, you're stepping into the role of a CEO and a leader, and your focus here should be on scale. And your income can be anything from $30K a month plus. If you already know you're in it to win it and in it to make a bigger impact and help more people, this is probably what you're ultimately aiming for. Here, your business is fully systemized, you'll have a small team probably, and have several revenue streams, and most of them will be leveraged in some way. You're stepping into the role of a CEO or a leader, which I think you can agree with me is pretty exciting. So that's the online business growth ladder. You move from dreamer, and please do move from here, to starter, to hustler, to pro, and if you really want to, you move into the role of CEO. Each level has a different focus and a range of income. And I hope this lights the path ahead of you and gives you some context to where you're at now, what to work on, what's next, and what can be coming up for you. I think it's all really super exciting stuff, and I hope that kind of ignites your passion to keep going on this journey. Next week, we'll be focusing on your business foundation, and I really look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for listening to Your Business, Your Rules. I'm Kat LeBlanc. If you like this show, I'd love you to subscribe, share, and leave a review on iTunes. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, head over to my website at katleblanc.com. Until next time.